Club podcast all up in your ear. Talking all that good you wanna hear. Stogies, bourbons, and everything in between. Griff and Pugh are not experts by any means, so sit back and light one up. Make sure you got something good in your cup. Happy spoken, now enjoy the program. Thank you for being part of the Cigar Club fam.
What's up, Cigar Club family? Welcome back to another episode of the Cigar Club podcast. I'm Pugh. Along with me, as always, is none other than Griff Howie. Thank you all so much for listening every week, as well as leaving your thoughts and feedback on each episode. We love reading them. If you've got a good comment, you may end up on one of Griff's special segments. If this is your first time joining us, thank you so much for tuning in. The Cigar Club podcast is where we talk about all things cigars with you, the Cigar Club family, every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. On today's episode, we have our first bourbon blind, whiskey blind. There may be some things other than bourbon in this. Showdown of 2023. Thank you to Sam Hopkins for sponsoring this blind bourbon challenge or whiskey challenge. For those of you that are new here, every year Griff and I go head to head in some blind whiskey challenges, competitions. Last year, Griff beat me 2-3. We were tied going into the very final challenge of 2022. He snuck away the victory by a few points, but no excuses. You whooped my ass last year. Here am I hoping for a little bit of redemption. But before we jump into it, Sam was gracious enough to also include a cigar with this. Griff, you know about this one. This is a completely brand new cigar to me.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Well, a couple things. I'm going to whip your ass again. Number 2, top of the afternoon to you. Number 3, Sam's the best.
Sam's a goat.
Sends us bourbon, sends us cigars. What more could you ask for? You might not like him after this because I'm going to punish you.
No. It's there will still be nothing but, acceptance.
I hope you do some damage on me. But I was trying to get some information on this cigar prior to this. I did not. So I'm pulling all this out of my ass, which I think is correct. But this is the Singular by Illusione. This cigar has been around for a while, but I believe they went through a rebrand of this cigar not too long ago because, number one, it doesn't look like any Illusione I've ever smoked.
No, not at all.
But we were going to get this in boxes months and months and months ago, almost maybe over a year ago at this point. We didn't for whatever reason. So from what I recall, the cigar has been around for a while, but I think it's been through a rebrand recently. Beautiful cigar.
Gorgeous.
It's 5x52, I think.
Yep.
Robusto, Illusione. It's a brand we don't talk about a whole lot, but talk about good Nicaraguan cigars. I mean, one of my favorites.
Yeah, the Epernay is one of my all-time favorite Illusione cigars. To give this a full breakdown, this is a Nicaraguan Corojo Cafe Rosado wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and filler. Let me see if there's... Looks like it's going to be medium, maybe medium to full. Uses some Nicaraguan Criollo 98 and Corojo 99. Should have notes of cinnamon, vanilla, cedar. I think just those two tasting notes should go beautifully with some whiskey here. But I'm going to get this lit up.
It's so good.
Let's
Epernay Ultra number 4.
Yeah, I forget about the Ultra number 4.
The 88 Maduro. There's so many good. They've got the portfolio.
They have a massive portfolio. It's intimidating as hell.
Yeah, they have a lot of cigars. I've never had this cigar, so I was texting with Sam earlier. I was really excited to have this because it's a cigar that I've not thought of since we had the conversation with Illusione to get this one in boxes. But beautiful wrapper, I love it. Mm-hmm. So we've got 5 whiskeys. Number 2 looks like cat piss, so I'm not really excited about this one. But
it's just a little clear.
Yeah, really not excited. But shall we dump number 1 and then?
Yeah, let's dump number 1. I've got a few things here to talk about as well. So let's get this one breathing. Love this color.
And just so we're on the same page, no cheating. We're smoking the same thing. You've only got one Glen. I've got 5, but I'll pour them when you pour them.
Fair.
Yeah.
So, get this in there. You know, one thing this is completely off topic. Well, I guess it's on topic. I saw someone do this in something that I was watching, but they'll pour whiskey in the first glass and then they'll dump it. And it completely makes sense other than the fact that, like, I hate wasting whiskey.
We're getting word from the back end here, folks. 1 second.
Go ahead, producer. This is what it was. This is a great video. Well, fuck it. Play the video.
Pour it into the glass. Swirl it around, as I said to you before. Throw it out. Because you want to get rid of any odors that are perhaps on the lip of the glass. Swirl it around. Bring it up and say,
Hello.
Then you go back to it.
How are you?
How are you? And then go back to it. Quite well. Thank you very much. Now remember, get into it. Don't go like this. None of this stuff. You want to get right into it to make sure that you're actually examining every part of that whiskey.
The greatest nose in the world. That's the exact video that I was referring to. But it makes sense because there's been a lot of times where I'll pick up like an empty Glen and I'll smell it and it just smells like hard water.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I get that. I mean, hell, maybe these do. No, pretty neutral. But
maybe if I had something like super, if I was pouring like a George T. Stagg, but I'm not going to pour George T. Stagg and then fuck it.
No, all my stuff's, I mean, they're not the cleanest in the world, but we put everything through the dishwasher. If it breaks, it breaks. If it breaks, then it was cheap.
Yeah, I've hand washed and broken a few when I was a little intoxicated, so then I just started putting them in the dishwasher. But before we jump into this, number one is resting here. We do have some of our Villiger exclusive in 5-packs available on our website still. We've got a few of these left, so if you did enjoy that cigar earlier this year, pick some up. This is a cigar out of their newest Nicaraguan factory, and the first exclusive that we've ever done with Villiger cigars. We've got a Nicaraguan Habano Rosado wrapper, Nicaraguan Jalapa binder, and Nicaraguan filler from Esteli and Condega. Creamy, cedary, got some sweetness to it. I love this cigar with a cup of coffee in the morning. So if you do, or if you haven't had that, or if you want some more of them, you can use the podcast discount code to get 20% off select retail items. That one is on there as well. So I've got one poured, Griff. We've got the cigars lit up. Let's jump into it. I'm going to start making excuses here of why I'm going to lose, why you're, more suited for this. But let's break it down too. I've got the rules here from Sam. He switched it up for us for 2023, so I appreciate that. Keeps us on our toes. We're going to do select or guess the type of whiskey for 3 points. We're going to guess the proof if we are within 3 to 5 points. Or excuse me, if we're within 3, we get 5 points. If we're within 6, we get 2 points. We're going to make a guess. Is it a finished whiskey? If yes or no, we get a point. And then at the end of this, out of all of these 5 whiskeys, one of them is a barrel pick. And so if we get that correct, we get a total of 5 points. And that's going to be a crapshoot. And then at the very end, we're going to add up all of the proofs across all 5, and whoever is closest to the actual total of proof for all 5 gets an additional 5 points. So there's a lot of fun ways to make up some ground, which hopefully I can get. And
we'll go through each. When we're done number 1, we'll do the results of number 1. Mm-hmm. Got to keep everyone on their toes.
Yeah, we'll have Ramsey inform us throughout. So I'm going to write down a couple of these.
Hello. How are you?
Proof.
All right. Well,
finished.
Cheers.
Cheers to hopefully me stealing the crown for 2023. The nose on this is gorgeous. I swear to God, if these are all like George T. or E.H. Taylor small batch and we shit on it and
not bad.
Off the nose, this reminds me of Four Roses.
Yeah, great news.
First bourbon in probably 2 weeks for me.
Really?
kind of went on, we had the bourbon trail, came back and sort of took a little rest from drinking bourbon.
I forgot you did that.
Wow. I like this nose a lot. Even the palate reminds me of Four Roses.
Almost tastes a little weedy.
Sorry, I was not ready for that. Yeah, I thought you said weenie at first, and then I realized you said weedy. I was like, what did you have in your glass before that there, Griff?
Now, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely sweet.
The nose is good. Palate, yeah. I say that because I'm not a big weeder. You're not a big
weeder.
And I kind of feel like that.
And I know I said it, the palate reminds me of Four Roses. And it's funny because it does, but it also reminds me of a wheat, which obviously Four Roses isn't. But some of the yeast strands for Four Roses can really produce some sweet tasting reminiscence of a wheated bourbon.
I don't love that.
I could drink that all day. That's super easy for me to drink.
It's great with the cigar, though. Mm-hmm. Actually helps the palate a lot.
So I do think we'll just talk through this.
That's a mediocre. Out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6.5.
See, I was going to say an 8 for me.
Yeah.
I'll write that down. Be a little fun. I think it's a bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's finished.
Oh, I need to start writing this stuff down.
Yeah.
So the first question is what type? Sorry.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
And then Ramsey's in the back. Hopefully, writing all this down.
Second question is finished or
proof.
not?
No, well, I jumped ahead. Proof. The third question is it finished or not?
Okay. Second question is proof. 107.
Okay, I know what you're thinking it is.
Not finished. Sam's got an interesting collection.
Yeah, he does.
He's got a lot of shit that I've never even heard of.
I know, and that was going to be my excuse coming into this is I'm in this rut where I'm only drinking what I drink. I know that sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But I haven't branched out into, and partially that's because Alabama only carries the normal shit. So I haven't been to Georgia in a while to pick up some fun stuff. But I don't know. I see all these people with some really cool brands and what have you. And I'm like, damn, I need to try that, but I can't find it. I think proof is, you said 107. I don't want to steal that.
You can.
It's not much higher than that.
I don't think he's got 107, but that's just what I'm going to go with. I'm
going to say 103, and that's not gaming it. That's just, it's hotter than 100, but it's not significantly higher than say 110. I'm not going to answer if this is a barrel pick or not until we get to it, but I'm going to continue with, I know this isn't part of it, but I'm going to write down what I think it is just for funsies. I think this is some iteration of Four Roses.
The first sip, I'm like, this is one of those whiskeys that's very distinctive.
Mm-hmm. Very much
I want to
so.
say it reminded me of Buffalo Trace, but it doesn't. Yeah, but I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10.
With the cigar, does that raise the whiskey score for you, or is that with the cigar, it's a 6 out of 10?
With.
I could see me crushing this. Little bit of ice, sitting out the back porch, watching a sunset or something.
That's cute.
Thank you.
It's not my favorite.
Fair
but and number 2, I'm terrified of. But
all right, so I'm going to finish one.
It actually is cat piss.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right, before we get told what it is, let's pour 2 and let it open up a little bit.
All right, so for bottle 1, you both said bourbon, and it is bourbon. So you both get...
Hell yeah.
Good God, this smells like fruit juice.
Well, it's a scotch.
What the hell?
Maybe it's an Irish whiskey. I fucked that up last time. All right, so we each got bourbon correct.
That's like Gushers.
So the proof for bottle 1 is 122.2, so both of you are wrong and get no points.
What?
Okay, so the proof Griff said 107. I said 103. The actual proof is 122.7. Holy shit.
Jesus.
That is an easy, dangerous 122.
122. Good God.
Both of us said it was not finished. It ended up waiting for the producer. It is a not finished bourbon. Let's not answer the barrel pick until the very end. We'll go through and then say which one. That way, I think that's the only smart way to do it.
Yeah. So, well, I guess you could at least. Do you know the bottle, Ramsey? Do you know what it is? So at least he could tell us. That wouldn't tell us if it's a barrel pick or not. You don't think?
Potentially, because what if there's a brand that doesn't do barrel picks?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That would help eliminate some of it.
All right. Well, fuck. I have no idea if that's a barrel pick. 122.
Yeah. Hey, Producer Ramsey coming in, going to share it.
It could be like a Four Roses barrel proof.
Oh, okay.
Bardstown.
It's their Discovery series. Is that a?
No, I thought it was their rye too.
Okay.
So at the end of bottle 1, it is tied 4-4.
See, I love that. That is really good.
Yeah, that solidifies my thought of Bardstown is just not my favorite. Love their branding, love their campus, but juice.
They were pleasant. I was pleasantly surprised with how good, because I was always skeptical. A lot of their stuff is expensive. They have some lower priced options.
Crazy.
But that was one of the ones that I was super excited to visit on the distillery, or when I was up doing the bourbon trail, and I was pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed their bourbon.
Okay.
All
Number
right,
2 smells like Gushers.
Tide coming in into number 2.
I mean, that smells like clementines and...
Do you like the nose?
I do. I'm not
good.
going to like the flavor, I don't think. It's going to be like some 80 proof bullshit. He's going to screw with us, going from 122 to something low.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Oh, you're going to hate this.
Is it peaty?
No, not at all. It's just very light. You're not going to like that at all. It's too low proof for you.
Yeah. I'd rather drink water. Sam, come on.
Hey, he is expanding your
No,
palate.
he's trying to shift this towards you. This is some 86 proof crap.
That's actually a really good. I wrote down 80, but 86 is actually a solid guess on that one.
I mean, the nose smells amazing. I'd like to bottle that up, but
Yeah. This is where I struggle, and I haven't done enough blind tastings next to each other to pick out Scotch versus Irish whiskey.
Well, so do we know, could he technically send Scotch?
Oh, I guarantee
Okay, I don't know.
one of these is Scotch.
I mean, I'm not a Scotch drinker, so that's
No.
not fair to me.
And usually the Scotches that I drink are very bold, where you're immediately able to tell that it's Scotch. But then Irish whiskey, to me, has similar flavor profiles of like a Highland Scotch per se.
Doesn't go horrible with cigar. Oh, I'm going Canadian whiskey.
Oh, shit. So we have the full, it can be Scotch, Irish whiskey, Canadian whiskey, American whiskey, bourbon, rye. We've got the gauntlet here. Do you think we've got one of each?
Oh, maybe. Canadian whiskey, or Scotch is probably the correct answer, but...
I actually think this is
And
Irish
Crown
whiskey.
Royal does not smell this good, so I know it's not that, but...
No.
You think it's Scotch?
No, I think it's Irish.
Oh.
I think it's Irish whiskey. And only I'm saying that only for the fact that when we did the final blind last year, I had the same assumption that it was Scotch, and it ended up being Redbreast 12 or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And just remembering that of how like adamant I was that it was a Scotch, I think this is not Scotchy enough to be a Scotch.
Really good cigar.
I really enjoy this cigar.
I'm going Canadian whiskey, 86 proof. See, what I don't know
I think you nailed the proof.
is, can Scott Scotch can be finished, right? Yeah.
Yes, Scotch is very.
Can Canadian
often
whiskey be finished? I don't know. I feel like this could be finished in some type of like rum cask or.
I think the only reason I don't think it's finished is the color. I
Yeah,
think the
that's
color
a good point.
is a little too light for this to be finished. So I don't think it's finished. I do think you are blowing me. I think you're right on 86 proof. I'm not going to change mine.
No.
But I think 86 is.
I'm going to
a
go
really
finished, and I don't have a guess on what the bottle is, but I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 in my personal preference.
80. 80 proof. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I enjoy this light. I think there's a time and a place for a easily approachable whiskey. As far as a bottle, I haven't had it before. It's been one that I've really wanted to try, and I think I said this last time. I think this is like Green Spot or Red Spot, that brand in general. So random guess that it's Green Spot for me. How do you like it with a cigar?
It goes well with the cigar,
I think so as well. I think he's got 2 for 2 on being paired well for this cigar.
even as a low of proof. I mean, because it'll probably end up being like a medium strength.
Yeah. I will go out on a limb here. Not that this isn't official, but not that it matters right now. I do not think this is a barrel pick.
No. Well, you never know, but I don't think it is either.
Uh-oh. Kids are out.
Kids, I'm about to
Wiling out. Running up in the driveway.
get the BB gun. Just kidding. That's
Salt gun. Salt shooter.
water gun.
Salt shoot. I
They
don't
make
know.
these water guns. They're like $90, and they're legit. Like, they knock over cans. They're pretty badass. I want to get one, but they're $90.
That's a lot for
use it on my nieces.
a water pew pew. We're on YouTube. We got to make sure we don't
These
say those
dogs that
buzzwords.
get out every freaking day.
All right, Ramsey coming in from the top rope.
So for bottle number 2, Griff said 86 proof, Pugh said 80, and the actual proof is 86.
Yeah, I knew you were dead on, brother. And I didn't want to change it after you'd said it because that was you influenced me. Griff, I'm going and pouring number 3 while we get these answers here.
On it.
Great call on 86.
For the style, Griff said Canadian whiskey, Pugh said Irish whiskey, but it is a Scotch.
God. I said Irish whiskey. Griff said Canadian. It ends up being a Scotch. Second guessing myself. Son of a bitch.
You're okay. Yeah, that. Man.
Griff said finished, Pugh said not finished, but it is finished.
Fucking hell, it's finished? I want to recount. This is bullshit.
I think it's finished in like a rum cask. Oh, I was fucking close.
It's Balvenie Caribbean cask. Son of a...
Is Caribbean technically rum?
Yeah.
Holy
The
shit.
score after bottle 2 is 10-6.
I'm actually, for not being a Scotch drinker at all. Well, I know, but I just thought it was going to be some bullshit Canadian. Wow.
I have this bottle.
Really?
To me, and I have gone on record. The very first cigar video that I ever did back in 2016
Golly.
was with for Cigar Noise back in the day. Shout out to those guys. And I did a Toro Fuente pairing with the Caribbean Cask 14 Balvenie.
Damn.
And I went on record to say I think this is like one of the best pairing spirits with a cigar of how just neutral it is and really lends itself to go well with a mild, medium, or full-bodied cigar.
Imagine if I said Scotch.
Oh, it'd been fucking over. I mean, there's a glimmer of hope. You 3-point lead.
I mean, just again, not to like reiterate this session or series or round. I said rum casks.
You did. I do. I've almost drank 3. I get nothing.
I mean,
I don't get any of the like Caribbean, the rum spices or sweetness at all in that. I'm losing my. This isn't looking good for me, Griff.
no, it's not.
Ay, ay, ay.
All right, number 3.
All right, here we go. 3's poured. Cheers.
How are you?
It's got a little more heat to it. Bringing the proof.
I don't love
Approachable,
this one either.
though. Approachable.
Yeah, it's definitely bourbon in my opinion.
It's a higher proof, but it drinks very low, like
I think
mid
it's-
110s.
I was gonna say sub like. This proof one's hard, man. The fact that the first one was 122 and we both said sub 110.
What's that 110? Yeah.
Excuse me.
It just gives you a lot of credit for the people that dedicate their lives to drinking bourbon in terms of at a professional level. Obviously Fred Minnick comes to mind. The father of bourbon these days. I think he's well known in the bourbon scene. His ability to really hammer home these things is always impressive.
All right, on the count of three, let's name proof if you're ready. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 112.
125.
You were supposed to say it.
I didn't. Well, I didn't want to talk over you. So
125. What the
sounds
hell?
good. Yeah. It's the first one. The first one was 122, and I said 103. I can feel a little bit more heat on this one, so I got to compensate for that.
I think I'm going to be too low.
What did you said? 111.
Ramsey comes on, and the proof is 112.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I said 112. I think this is good old bourbon.
I agree.
I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's Canadian. I definitely don't think it's Irish. But then again, I'm not an Irish drinker.
This doesn't match my proof. No, it can't be. It almost reminds me of like E.H. Taylor. And I think maybe, and I say that the heat, quote unquote, that I'm getting may be rye grain.
Well, I think he sent us that last time, and I did not.
He sent us E.H. Taylor
remember?
small batch, and we fucking roasted it, and we were dumbfounded that it was E.H. Taylor. Because I don't think we liked it at all.
No. It was small batch, too, not a single barrel.
Yeah.
Bradley's calling me. Hold on. Let's put him on speaker.
Oh, boy.
Go for Griff.
Go for Bradley.
May I ask who's calling?
Bradley.
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 Oh, Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Bradley, yeah.
Thanks for keeping it clean. You are on speakerphone live on a podcast currently.
Oh, sweet. What are we talking about?
We're doing a bourbon blind, smoking the Illusione Singolare.
Okay, and what sort of flavor notes are we getting on the Illusion Cigar?
Well, I'm pretty focused on the bourbon, so.
Oh, okay. I figured if you were like doing a pairing that you'd be focused on both.
Okay, well, no need for the smart-ass comment. I will call you after this.
All right, have a great podcast. Tell everyone I say hi.
We won't do that.
Are you going to cut this?
No.
All right, great. I can't wait to be included. Hi, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Little special guest appearance. Hopefully we don't have to pay his normal royalties for showing up on this episode. We weren't prepared for that. Bourbon, 125 proof.
Oh, I didn't write down bourbon, but I said it. Finished is the question.
I'm getting nothing that gives me any type of outside of the standard flavors of finish, so I'm going to say no on this one.
I really do like the finish, though, in general.
Correct. Yeah. Oh shit! It's just spilled on my lap. I enjoy everything. The nose, the palate.
I don't mind that.
See, this is when I want to change my. I'm not going to because I'm locked in. But now I'm thinking the proof is lower, and that I'm picking up rye spice as opposed to proof.
I could definitely potentially see a little rye spice. But I'm not going to change.
No, I'm not either. Bottle. I don't think I have a bottle, but I think this is a Buffalo Trace product.
Oh, man. I am going to. For grins and jollies, I'm just going to say it's something from Turkey.
And I would give this a 6, 7 out of 10 still.
I'd say 7.5 out of 10 for me.
Okay. I think this has potential to be a barrel pick.
Yeah.
Out of the first 3 that we've had, I think this is more likely to be a barrel pick. I'm not saying that it is yet, because we haven't had 4 and 5, but the chances of it being a barrel pick, I think, are higher.
Well, and we also know 1 and 2 are not. Right? Number 1. Here you show.
Oh, yeah, we saw. Oh, yeah, we can see the bottle if it's a damn barrel pick.
Yeah. So
shit.
We're helping ourselves, but
yeah.
I'm with you. This absolutely could be, but.
So the proof for bottle 3, Griff said 112, Pugh said 125, and the correct answer is 123.62.
Wow.
Meaning Pugh gets 5.
So coming in, Griff said 112. I said 125. The actual proof is 123 point something.
Yes, you got the points. You were not on it like I was,
No, I was not on it. However, I was within. I'm going to pour a 4 while we go through all this. I'm glad I stuck with that because proof is the fact that you got the previous one on the nose was damn impressive.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, anything that you get correct, whether it's spot on or just within the category to get points, that alone is damn hard. If you haven't done a blind
It is.
whiskey tasting yourself, whether that's have your significant other or a friend pour it for you out of your cabinet, or you go to an actual event, it is beyond challenging to get anything remotely
It is.
correct on these, especially when it's not coming from spirits that you have and you have. You are guessing against the catalog of everything in the world.
Plus, it's not your own collection, so you have no idea what he's.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Granted, Sam posts a lot, but I can't remember what he
I know.
posts. I should have gone back and looked, but that'd be cheating.
That would be, I'd call that doing your research, but in the spirit of fairness.
Yeah.
All right, Ramsey, what is that bottle? Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. Hell no. Finish.
All right, so bottle 3, the style you both said bourbon, but it is a scotch. So you get
Motherfucker.
0 points.
Yeah.
And for the finish, you both said it is not finished, and that is correct, so you both get a point there.
I did say rye spice,
Yeah, and I could taste it in the second pour.
but it wasn't. It's a very tame, mild rye spice. I have no idea what the hell this is. This is rye whiskey, rye whiskey, a blend, cast strength. I do not recognize this brand.
I wonder
we'll
if
have to throw up what it is. Could be MGP. I like that.
Yeah, no,
I like that a
I
lot.
give it. I mean, for a ride,
Cool bottle.
nonetheless. I don't. Although I do gravitate towards the barrel strength ryes more than anything, but
I need to open up the Bardstown rye that I bought. Alec Bradley said that is phenomenal, and I bought it just on his trust. So,
damn, 120 what?
125.6, 123.6. My guess was 125. A little water hit the topo, hit the old juggalog.
I was way off.
So Pugh takes the lead, 12-11 over Griff.
Oh shit!
Hold on 1 second. We have an update coming from producer Ramsey.
Damn it!
What is that?
This is not.
David has taken the lead, 112 to 12 to 11.
That's not.
I'm just going to mirror your answers now. I'm going to guess nothing but after you. I'm going to say the
Holy
exact same
shit.
thing and ride this home.
Number 4 reminds me of something.
Are you thinking it's a little BK?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's all right. That's definitely bourbon. If that's not bourbon, if that's a Canadian whiskey, because I don't think he's going to.
Oh, there's no way.
If that's a Canadian whiskey, I'm now a fan.
Yeah, no kidding. I'll go get it.
Holy shit!
That
I don't
nose
even want to
is-
drink it.
That nose is
For anyone watching
favorite
at home,
so far.
that
And the color
is
is just-
the darkest of the 4 that we have so far. Man, that's like caramel chew, cherry on the nose.
I think it is.
Oh my God. That is a straight 10 out of 10.
I think it is.
That
If it's
is-
not. I mean,
Holy shit.
119 proof bourbon. I mean,
Would you call that finished?
yeah.
Would you say using different barrels
Yeah.
from other companies is a
Yeah.
finished bourbon? Yeah. I fully agree with that. I do think this is a matured bourbon in other bourbon barrels, not the original barrel that it was in. Technically still bourbon.
Done. I mean, if I'm off, then shame on me.
If I don't have this bottle, I want this bottle. I've
drank so much of this shit. It's got to be it. I'm telling you.
I've only had it once. I haven't gone back for another pour, so I haven't even had it after the initial neck pour. I mean, I agree with Griff. I'm going to go 120 just to have a slightly different number, but I think Griff's spot on with 119 as well.
God.
I think this is Barrel King. I think this is the Griff and Dave pick.
Yep.
Give us Weller family bourbon, purple top barrels, and what was the other one? Stag Jr.
Finished in Stag Jr. Then finished in Willet purple top, dumped in Stag Jr. for a couple days. 119 proof.
I would call this a barrel pick too.
Yeah.
I'm going barrel pick.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
If it's not, I'm going to the store after.
This is one of the best bourbons that I've had in recent memory, with the Griff and Dave Barrel King pick being the one that it's next to. So I agree.
All right, so you guys both locked in your barrel picks, and unfortunately, that is incorrect.
Fuck.
It is not a barrel pick.
Me. Barrel pick is not correct.
Proof, Griff, you said 119. Pugh, you said 120. But the correct answer is 129.
So it's not the bottle.
Both wrong.
Oh my!
129.2 proof. I can't wait to buy this bottle. Whatever this ends up being.
You both said it was bourbon, and that is correct. So you each get 3 points.
Not bourbon. It is a bourbon.
But you also both said finished, and it is not finished.
It is not. Okay.
Shame on me, Griff. What the hell,
dude? Is this going to be like a stag? Oh, what?
It doesn't even taste like Tennessee whiskey.
This is a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof Tennessee whiskey. We can argue all day whether or not that's a bourbon or American whiskey.
I'm pissed.
Or a Tennessee whiskey. Wow. That makes me want to go open up. I bought a single barrel proof that's 136 point something or 133 point something. Holy shit.
I am pissed.
That's incredible. We're going to open this number 5, Griff, and you're going to guess the exact same shit because this is just as dark as number 4.
Tried to call him. He's not answering.
Who, Sam or Dave?
Yeah, Sam.
I've got a lot of 4 here, so let's take a studio break.
I am
Griff.
pissed.
Griff.
I mean, I do love, in all fairness, wow. I do love Jack Single Barrel Proof.
Oh, absolutely. It is. If I was about to say, if you are not a fan of Jack Daniel's, Black Label, standard Jack Daniel's, and you haven't tried their barrel proof offerings, it is nothing like the Jack Daniel's that your grandfather, your dad, and you probably started drinking when you first started drinking. It is a completely different beast. The profile is completely different. Usually when I drink Jack Daniel's, it's just peanuts. And I don't get anything other than peanuts when I drink Jack Daniel's, and I don't get that on any of their higher proof offerings.
I think you fucked up. I really do think that's the golly. Well.
Wow. I got to write on this damn label that this is JDBP. I'm bad at that. Whenever Sam or anyone sends me just numbered whiskeys, I never write down what they are. I lose the key, and then I'm just enjoying them for what they are. Griff, do we have any special segments out of you today?
No.
Well, why don't I throw something at you as a potential new segment, and we'll keep you on your toes every single episode. We've heard from our listeners that they're not a fan of the 2023 Griff sign-off, and they want Smoke Something Good, damn it, back in the show in some form. So, Griff, I'm going to challenge you. We're going to call this Griff's Smoke Something Good, damn it segment, where you recommend a cigar and why. And you're not prepared for this, so this is even better. It's standard, Griff, so you actually probably are prepared. Tell us, what is something good to smoke currently, and why?
new in the market or
Let's go something that you smoked recently that really blew you away that you haven't mentioned before. So no Los Dios or whatever the hell that you've been
Todos
smoking.
Los Dios.
Todos Los Dios.
Okay. And I've been really bad at taking pictures of what I've been smoking. So I am going to recommend. It's all kind of a blur after a while.
I'll bail you out. I've got one if you don't. If you give it up.
Bail me, but I'm getting real close.
All right. So for me, out of everything that I've smoked in the last 2 months, one that stood out for me was the Osner Family Cigars, Arameus, their new launch that came out in April. We did ship that recently. I was blown away with how good that cigar was. I would rank that over their initial release of Bosphorus. That cigar reminded me of my favorite HVC, the HVC La Rosa 520. It was chocolatey, like dark chocolate, covered cherries. It was mind-blowing. Those are the notes that I remember off the HVC La Rosa 520. The La Rosa 520 had like this blueberry note in it that wasn't in the Arameus, but still really, really good. And I love to come out with a second cigar. Tim did a wonderful job and certainly upped his game with the Arameus.
I'm going to go with one. So I tell you, I scrolled back to January.
Okay.
January 13th at 12:58.
Last time he smoked something good, damn it. So he's not living up to his standards.
I think you can probably see it from here, but
It is a red band. That's all I see.
Warped Devil's Hand. Or Devil's Hands. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Oh, it is Hands. Devil's Hands. A cigar that doesn't get a whole lot of attention. A lot of people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
It was new within, I think he released it in December, maybe.
I think so.
Just a phenomenal Nicaraguan cigar. I would put it slightly, in my opinion, lower than Lirio, but in the same realm. Speaking of upper realm. Upper realm and Devil's Hands are probably neck and neck.
I agree.
In terms of profile, in my opinion. But it's one of those warped cigars that you forget about.
Yeah, and for not a bad reason. It's just Kyle's got an amazing portfolio. I saw you smoking. If I remember, you were smoking Nicotina earlier this week. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I haven't revisited that since last year. You were probably smoking one that we had from several months ago. How is that shaping up? How is that aging? I know I enjoy it. I think that's a beautiful cigar. That wrapper is gorgeous, especially with that white and black band. How have those aged up?
I remember enjoying it a little bit more than I did. I was having to relight it a couple times, which frustrates me. But I do really like that cigar. This one in particular just was not sitting well with me. I didn't finish it all the way, but I've got several of them in there, and I wanted to retry it. So it's a good cigar.
I agree. Well, let's move into 5. I have a 1-point lead still, so number 5 has a good chance of.
So you and I both got 0, right?
We both.
Last round?
No, we got bourbon. Everything else we failed on, meaning we no longer get to guess our barrel pick. It's probably number 3, if I had to guess, being a rye, but number 5 could be. We don't get any points anymore for selecting barrel pick because we failed with number 4.
God, this
so
is
number 5.
Interesting nose. It doesn't. First hit, it doesn't really remind me of bourbon.
Yeah, it reminds me of a rye off the nose.
All right, well, let's down the old hatch.
Wow. That's
a little
good.
Irish?
That's easy.
A little Irish?
I don't think so.
Throw us.
It's
not rye. It's not a rye.
It does not drink like a... Man, I don't think it drinks like an Irish whiskey.
Oh man, maybe it could be a rye.
Oh no! We need to be on the same page. I need to win, Griff.
I know this one's gonna.
Shit. I will go first.
I don't have any confidence in this. For the
neither do I. In the spirit of competition, I will go first once I have an idea. Timeout. Pausing.
Not yet. I need.
Oh, I'm not ready yet either. I need to win. So this is going to take me the next 45 minutes here. Please play those comp key tunes. Immediately off the nose, I enjoyed the nose.
It's very sweet off the nose.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little sweet, and I don't know. I'm getting some spiciness, and whether that's grain or proof, I'm not too sure. But a lot of sweetness off the nose. The proof, there's no burn on the just sitting on your tongue, and then a little bit when you swallow, which I don't know how to judge that. I don't know if that means it's like 107 or if that means it's a really good bourbon at 120 and it drinks like a 107.
I'm thinking it's in between 105 and 118.
I was going to say 115. Yeah. So we've had 2 bourbons, 1 scotch, 1 rye.
I mean,
God,
if we're smart, we'd play an Irish whiskey game, but I'm not confident. I'm not confident that it is. The finish is like it stays on your tongue.
See, I think the finish is fleeting. I get a little burn down the throat, and then it's fleeting. Yeah, it's very easy on the palate. Very neutral on the palate, and then has a little bit of kick when I swallow.
I'm just gonna go. I mean, I've never had a bourbon this proof, but I'm gonna go 113.
Interesting.
And the answer is
I would give this an 8 out of 10. I enjoy this for whatever it ends up being. An 8 out of 10 for me. God. Looking at the legs after swirling it, she's thick. I'm going to guess. I don't even remember what you guessed. I'm going to go 118 proof.
That's what I said 113.
I don't think this is finished.
I'm going rye.
I'm going to go no barrel pick. And God dang it, I think it's a rye too. But yeah, I'm going to put down rye. For the bottle, what would I think this is?
It's not 113. It's higher.
Oh, man.
It's not finished. It's higher than 113. Damn it.
I think this could be.
I'm going 120.
Ooh, you're changing.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this could be.
Damn it. Now I could feel like it could be lower than one.
What if this is like Jack Daniel's rye, which I've never had before?
118 is a good number. But I'm trying to also make this interesting. So I'm like, I want to be like 5 away from you. But
why you think about that? What would you give it out of 10?
It's good. You know, I'd probably give it an 8.5, 8 out of 10. Yeah.
That's what I gave it to.
Not finished. I'm going to go 120 because there's that lingering hug.
If I would just go off how it sits on the palate, I would say like 107, 110.
Yeah.
But the little bit of burn, and that's what I don't understand how to differentiate, is the burn that I'm getting when I swallow it rye grain?
Yeah.
Or is it high proof? I don't know how you can tell I don't have the palate to be able to distinguish between the two.
So we have the same answers other than proof. Mm-hmm. That kind of sucks.
So if it's lower than 118, I win. If it's higher than 118, you win. If it's significantly higher, I could not tell you what bottle this is. Yeah, please do. Bottle. I'm trying to think of some ryes that I've had recently, but I can't think of anything. We're gonna go. I think he sent us a Pikesville rye before.
I don't know. I don't have a bottle.
I'm gonna go Pikesville rye.
I was thinking like an Old Scout, but Old Scout cast strength, but I don't know.
All right, so we both think it's a rye. You said 120. I said 118 proof. We don't think it's finished. We don't think it's the barrel pick. I think number 3 was the barrel pick. I think it's Pikesville rye. You're not too sure what it is. Ramsey, save proof for last because I think that will be the determining factor of who wins. So start us off from the top.
So the barrel pick was actually bottle number 3, which is a mash and journey barrel pick.
Cool.
Going back to number 3, number 3 was the barrel pick. It was a mash and journey barrel pick, and that brand was rye with a
Rye
3 for the E.
So for finish, you both said no, but it is technically finished.
Is it finished in other bourbon barrels or bourbon barrels?
It's finished with French oak staves.
It's fucking Maker's Mark. It is a Maker's Mark 46. Fuck. All right, so this is Ramsey. I don't know if you're going to put in your own voice here. This is finished with French steak oaks.
What'd you just say?
French oak staves. I even ate before this podcast.
This bottle is a bourbon.
Yeah, it's a damn bourbon. All right, it's going to come down to proof.
It's a weeder.
Here is the bottle. Maker's Mark, drum roll, come on. It's a Penelope? 104 proof.
Damn it. Oh, man.
Hold on 1 second. We are getting word. Pugh wins by 1. And the crowd.
Oh my God. If I would have kept 113, I would have won.
You would have won.
Because that would have been within 6.
What was the proof again? 104 proof.
No, I wouldn't have. I thought
You wouldn't have. I would have still won.
I thought you said 107.
Wow. Speaking of Penelope, recently acquired by MGP.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. I know there are some very happy people right now who started Penelope. How do you feel about a company as large as MGP acquiring smaller brands? Do you think it's good for the industry, or do you think it is detrimental because for whatever reason?
I don't think it's detrimental. I mean, Penelope as a brand is still going to be around. I think they've sourced from MGP, right?
See, that's what I don't know, and that's what I was going to say.
I'm pretty sure they do, or in some instances they do. So great for them. I mean, I'll take the cash, no worries. Like,
right,
you're already a customer of theirs, but that I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they source some stuff from MGP. But I don't think it's bad for the industry by any means. I mean,
as long as it doesn't prohibit the master distiller of Penelope, I don't know if he's staying on or how that works, but I always applaud Penelope for trying different things. They have a lot of different outside the box bourbons and whiskeys. And so as long as it doesn't prohibit them from experimenting with things like that or losing the aged bourbon, like I said, I don't know if they were originally using MGP juice or if they were distilling their own product, but as long as it doesn't change what they've done so far, then I'm all for it. Obviously, when you start to consolidate brands into just one mega brand, it can be potentially not a good thing. So that's kind of my only hesitation when I see a big brand acquire smaller brands in general. But
that was a great lineup.
That was. I would buy. I really want to open my 133 or 136 proof that Jack Daniel's pick that I have, or because Damn. Number 4, my favorite of the 5 that we drank.
Yeah, it didn't taste like Jack Proof.
No.
I mean, usually it kind of has like a distinct. God, you and I both thought it was the GD pick, but
I know. I want to do them side by side now just to see where I went wrong. I'm thinking the
I got the
charcoal, whatever the filtration they do. Is it hickory or maple or whatever it is that Jack Daniel's does? That level of sweetness, I think, is what we were interpreting as Purple Top.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. That was good.
grand scheme of things, we're 2 for 2 in bourbon podcast challenges.
New season, but
However, you still have the title of 2022 champion. Neck and neck. I enjoyed this format. I think this format lended itself to be a little less, more competitive because there was, it was just so hard to pick the distiller and the bottle out of potentially anything in the world.
it's hard. It's very hard.
It's fucking hard. I mean, just getting the type of bourbon or the type of whiskey is hard in of itself. I mean,
Even the
we
finish,
guessed Irish and
non-finish,
rye and bourbon.
You would think is easy, but it's not. I mean, none of it's easy.
No. So shout out to Sam for switching up the format for us this year. I enjoy this. Sam, if you're listening, let me rephrase it. Sam, I know you're listening. Thank you again for sending us this. If you do send us additional blinds this year, I would, let's say, keep the format the same so we have the same questions going forward. We are always happy to, do some bourbon blinds. If anyone else wants to send it, by all means, we are not asking for it.
And
but,
Sam, we will send you a thank you box.
Yes, sir. We will get you something.
I didn't even drink my Topo. That's probably why I lost.
That's what it is. I told you to do a hydration station. That was on you. But before we wrap things up, we do have a question of the show. I don't know who this came from, but they want to get into cigars and they want to know where they should start. I would say look at other things that you enjoy in terms of flavor. So if you drink coffee, if you drink spirits, what kind of spirits do you like? What kind of coffee? Are you a coffee with cream? Are you a black coffee? Are you a lighter spirit guy? Do you like tequila or rum? Or do you like heavy bourbons? And use that as a starting place to go into a humidor at your local brick and mortar or online, wherever it may be, and mimic if you like a lighter spirits or coffee with cream, maybe start off with a Connecticut, start off a mild cigar. Or if you like foolproof bourbons or darker spirits, then maybe start off something maybe medium or full-bodied. And use that if you have no idea where to start. Use that as a reference point. Smoke it, drink it with that beverage, and if it works for you, continue down that path. If it didn't work for you, then go the opposite side. So start off with a mild cigar or start off with a full-bodied cigar. And that way you kind of have the polar opposites of the spectrum. And if you know you like that mild cigar, awesome. Smoke some mild cigars, maybe start to venture then more into medium-bodied cigars. Or, if you didn't like that mild cigar, if it wasn't enough for you, then go the other side of things and grab a full-bodied stick. And I think that'd be a really good way if you have no starting point of an idea. And whatever you smoke first, if you've never had a cigar, don't let that be your only experience because it may not be indicative of the full experience that cigars have to offer. And don't let it turn you away from what an amazing experience and hobby smoking cigars can be.
Well said.
There it is. Sam, thank you again for the first blind of 2023. This was an amazing experience. Thank you all again for tuning in to the Cigar Club podcast. Until next time, happy smoking.
Smoke something good, damn it.
Hey, the first of 2023. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.